It has been done in other industries for over 40 years, and for some reason, general dentistry kind of missed out on this wealth building opportunity. And I think when you take into consideration student loan debt, practice loan debt, dentistry needs it the most compared to other industries.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Raving Patients Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Len Tau. Hope we're having a wonderful day whenever you're listening or watching this episode. As always, I want to thank my sponsors, both Dental Intelligence, CallRail, and Net32 for their continued support, which will allow me to come to your inbox every single Friday at 5 a.m. with a brand new episode. And for those that did not attend Supercharge Your Dental Practice, it was just about a month ago when we're actually recording this. The event was off the chains. It was amazing. The feedback from the attendees, the vendors alike, were amazing. They're all returning. So we're looking to have a bit bigger, even bigger event in 2026. We'll have some interesting announcements coming up soon. But put on your calendar September 25th and 26th of 2026 at Pier 66. A lot of sixes there. And you'll be seeing some more information come through in all the channels that I am online. Today's episode, I'm excited to finally be able to record. We're going to be recording an episode with Max Zanan and Adam Marburger, who are with the Dental Protection Group. And I'm really excited because I am part of the company. I've been a fairly recent bring on, and I've met with Adam. I flew out and met Max in Spain when I was in Spain over the summer. So I'm really excited to help bring this company to my universe and let everybody hear about what we do and how we help dental practices. So I'm going to start off by reading Max's and Adam's bio, and then we'll jump right into the content. So Max is a seasoned entrepreneur and consultant with over 2 decades of experience in the automotive industry. A pioneer in transforming business models, Max has helped car dealerships nationwide boost profits through innovative warranty and service contract programs. Now he's applying his expertise to the dental industry with the Dental Protection Group, introducing the concept of procedure and prosthetic warranties to help dentists and lab owners grow their practices, increase patient loyalty, and improve financial stability. Max is a sought-after speaker, author, and industry thought leader, passionate about empowering business owners to build sustainable, successful operations. Adam is co-founder of Dental Protection Group and dedicated to transforming the dental industry through innovative captive insurance solutions. Adam is a seasoned entrepreneur with a passion for enhancing lives. Has leveraged his expertise to create life-changing opportunities for dental practices and labs. With a commitment to excellence and a deep understanding of the industry's needs, Adam has positioned the Dental Protection Group as a leader in providing tailored insurance solutions that empower dental professionals to thrive. Outside of his entrepreneurial endeavors, Adam cherishes time spent with his daughters and is an avid practitioner of Brazilian jiu-jitsu, where he proudly holds a black belt. His multifaceted life embodies a balance of professional dedication and personal fulfillment, making him a role model for aspiring entrepreneurs in the dental field. Wow, that was a mouthful. I don't normally mess those up as much as I do there. I'm actually usually really proud of the way I introduce people. So please welcome to the Raving Patients Podcast, Max and Adam. Max, and Adam, thank you so much for joining me today.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you for spending some time with us. So we're excited.
Well, I'm finally glad that we are getting this off the ground. I know we've had to move and cancel some due to travel restrictions and such like that. So let's start off with the big question here. Let's do it this way. How or what does Dental Protection Group do for dental practices? Let's start there. I'll have each of you kind of take this question. So, Max, if you want to start us off, or Adam, whoever wants to start us off, let's answer that right in, and then we'll have the next person kind of give his take on things.
Yeah, well, what we do is we provide solutions to dental practices to acquire more patients, to have treatment plan acceptance rates go up, and most importantly, we are bringing a vehicle to this industry that is a wealth building vehicle that resides in a tax-friendly environment. So these warranties are fantastic for the patient, they're fantastic for the practice, but it's really an opportunity to create legacy wealth in a tax-friendly environment.
Max, anything to add on that?
The only thing I'm going to add is that what Adam and I are doing is, believe it or not, nothing new. It has been done in other industries for over 40 years. And for some reason, general dentistry kind of missed out on this wealth building opportunity. And I think when you take into consideration student loan debt, practice loan debt, dentistry needs it the most compared to other industries.
No, it does. And obviously there's another player in the game which everybody knows about. So I want to really delve into where Dental Protection Group is a little bit different. So, but let's, not every dental practice has a warranty. Not every dental practice understands the concept behind dental warranties. Other practices have their own warranty. And when someone does a filling, they give it so long, and if it fails, they replace it for free. If they do a prosthetic and it fails within a certain amount of time, they do it for free, or they give a discount on it. So obviously there are a number of ways practices look at this. So let's jump into some of the stuff we wanted to talk about here. Number one being, warranties are part of our everyday life. Okay, so why is this so relevant to the dental industry then? When you buy a car, you get a warranty. When you buy, you go to Best Buy and you buy a dryer or a washer and dryer, you can buy a warranty to cover you in case something fails. So can you talk about how warranties have now become part of everyday life, similar to the way what I like to talk about reputation is become part of everyday life. When you go buy something, you look at reviews about that product before you buy it. So talk to me about how dental warranties are kind of in our everyday lives at this point.
Yeah, I mean, if you really think about it, as consumers, we like guarantees. We don't like uncertainty. The idea of being unprotected is just not a very safe and happy word, right? And I did a study years ago on new car franchise automotive dealers, and I asked thousands of consumers, if the vehicle you're purchasing had no factory warranty at all, what type of a discount would you want, or would you even buy it at all? And the overwhelming response was wouldn't buy it at all. And so the idea of having a warranty, a guarantee, it's good business, but it helps the consumer make decisions based on the fact that you do have a warranty. So, I mean, it's a good thing. It's only good, and before I go too deep in this, because I know we're going to talk about it, is the way Max and I have created this program is we don't cherry pick procedures. We cover everything, and it's a 5-year guarantee. So when a patient leaves one of our practices that are doing business with us, they have that assurance that, hey, guess what? They're going to stand behind this work for the next 5 years. No deductibles, no gotchas. It's just good business. It's great peace of mind.
Max, anything to add on that?
Well, I'm going to throw it back at you. And let's say when you were a practicing dentist, would you buy dental equipment without a factory warranty?
No, absolutely not.
There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense to me. Look, you're preaching to the choir here. I'm very familiar in this space. So I think the next question I want to ask you is, someone's listening to this or watching this on YouTube, and they say, well, I offer my patients, and as I mentioned a couple seconds ago, I offer my patients when they do a crown, I give them a 5-year warranty on it. When I was just talking to a dentist about this a couple days ago, that's how I'm going to remember what we talked about. But he said, if it fails in year 1, I give them 100% of their money back to do a new crown. So it's free. Year 2, they get 80%. Year 3, they get 60%. Year 4, they get 20%. And then year 5, they get 20% back. And then after that, they pay for it. So if they're already offering that, okay, which is a common occurrence in the dental industry, why do I need to have something else? So I think that is someone listening and wondering, well, how is this going to help my practice? I want that kind of, I think that's the big grill in the room. How do we get away from that, or what's the reason why we wouldn't do something like that?
So I'm going to answer that question. And it all comes down to definitions. What you just described is not a warranty. That's goodwilling, that's prorated goodwilling. And prorated goodwilling represents a net loss on your financial statement. A true warranty is when you transfer risk to the third party. And if that crown fails, whether it's day 1 or the last day of year 5, you're going to be compensated as the dentist for your labor and parts. And you don't have to Goodwill anything, and you don't have to get into these discussions with the patient and say, hey, Mr. Johnson, this is 47th day of year 4, therefore, you owe me 21%.
Got it. That makes a lot of sense. It really does. Adam, anything you want to add on that?
Well, yeah, I mean, here too is the way we've set this up is it's a true play that the IRS gave us this beautiful gift. They gave us this gift in 1986 to allow entities, business owners, to transfer risk, and then we can put these reserves, these premium dollars in an account, and money left over after claims are paid is the doctors to keep. And that's why this is such an incredible program, because it really stacks up some cash. Because doctors, dentists, we do some pretty good work. We do some really good work clinically. The work is really good at this industry. So the losses are low. So that means there's money left over. And that's the money that Max and our company, we give back to our practices.
Yeah, and I also want to hit this a little earlier in the conversation is, the biggest advantage between yourself and the other company that's in the industry is that you give back the money to the dentist. So that's creating additional wealth for them or additional money for them. And if I'm wrong, please tell me, but somebody gets a 5-year warranty on a crown and they never use that, you're taking a large percentage of the money that you have from that patient that has paid, and you're returning that to the dental practice. And there's a tax benefit to that as well. So
absolutely.
Can you talk about a scenario like that, just so the dentist really understands what they're getting involved with here?
So I'll give you an example of how it's currently done in the dental industry. So you sell a warranty to a patient, and let's say the example you just gave, the doctor did a phenomenal job. So there are no claims after 5 years. Currently, all that money paid for the warranty becomes the profit of the warranty provider. The way Adam and I do it is the same way we do it in automotive industry and marine industry, and it's the same way it's done in electronics and home warranties, where money left over after claims are paid is given back to the dental practice. And we can do it one of the two ways. We can just write you a check, whether it's on the monthly or an annual basis, and you take this money in as ordinary income and it's subject to ordinary income tax. Or if your practice is large enough and busy enough and your gross receipts are over $1 million a year, we can set up, like Adam said, an entity where this money grows in a tax-friendly environment, and also the premium dollars are earning interest that becomes part of your income.
Got it. Adam, anything you want to add to that?
No, it's just, what's fascinating is this. If you look at all the major cities, you're going to notice the tallest buildings. They're insurance companies, they're banks, and the reason why is because these insurance companies, they don't pay any tax on what's called underwriting profit. And then that underwriting profit, day one, Max touched on, is earning investment income. So it's an opportunity to make money in multiple buckets. This whole concept of insurance is just, we live it every day. It's fascinating. There's just so much opportunity. And not to even, there are a few other players in this space. They're great players in this space. There are other companies in dental that provide a great warranty. It's good for the patient. But unfortunately, the idea of the wealth sharing, like Max and I, we get paid on a small fee and we give the rest away because we couldn't get away with this in other industries. It would be more profitable for Max and I for us to do it the original way and let us keep all the underwriting profit. But we would be out of business in all of our other industries because everybody's sharing the profit. It's called profit sharing, profit participation programs. So when Max led me into the dental industry, Max had this idea and brought it to me. I didn't believe him. I said, there's no way that warranty providers in dental are not sharing underwriting profit. I didn't believe Max. And after our world tour of hitting every single conference, We found out Max was right. I don't like to tell Max he's right too often, but he was definitely right. So yeah, it's mind blowing to me that we're the only ones that are sharing the wealth.
What is how do you recommend? So a dentist is interested in this, and obviously one of the things we talked about was you have to get the team behind it because there's a specific way that you deal with this moving forward. Because again, for a pre-existing practice, all of these patients are used to getting an in-house warranty, which again is not really a warranty; it's Goodwill. But how do you get a practice to buy into the concept of we're going to discuss this with every patient. Any procedure that can be covered is going to be covered. And then I guess you recommend just including it in the price. And if they say they don't want it, you just remove it. So can you just talk about the way this type of warranty is presented by the team to the patient?
I could take this.
Go
Ahead, Matt.
So let's start with the fee-for-service practices. We speak to dentists on a daily basis, and one of the most surprising things that Adam and I learned is that dentists actually think that their patients shop around the way they shop around for cars. And that is absolutely not true. I'm telling you this as a patient, right? When I have a toothache, there is no 6 months to shop around and go on a test drive to every dentist in my zip code, right? So in a fee-for-service environment, you write your own ticket, right? And if you say, Max, I am Dr. Len Tau and I charge $2,500 for a crown, I have no point of reference, whether it's a good price, an okay price, or a bad price, because it's not like comparing a lease payment on your Honda Accord by calling multiple dealerships to find out what it costs. So that's number one. So if you include the price of the warranty into the price of the procedure, I think it simplifies life, because you don't need to have a separate conversation. You just say, hey, this crown is $2,700 and it includes a 5-year warranty. That's it. Right? There's no need to sell anything at this point. It is the same way it works when you buy dental equipment. The dental equipment comes with a factory warranty, and the factory warranty is not free. I hope you know that. It's included in the price of the equipment. And same goes for your TVs and refrigerators and microwaves. All the factory warranties are included in the price.
Got it. Yeah, and I agree with that. I agree with what you're saying there 100%. The one thing I would caution on is that I don't think existing patients are going to shop around. So somebody who is an existing patient, they break a tooth, and you tell them, hey, it's $2,500, and it includes a 5-year guarantee where if anything happens within the 5-year period, your crown is replaced at zero cost to you. Okay? You do that to a new patient who has not accepted treatment yet, may end up going somewhere else and shopping. That's where people go shop, is when they're a new patient in the practice. So, that could be a differentiator where you offer a warranty and someone else doesn't, obviously. But that's my only concern with saying, patients don't shop. They do if they're new patients. So, just something to keep in mind there.
Yeah, I agree, and I do think too is to piggybacking on what Max was saying is it's a culture. We create this culture of, why would you do business with our dental practice? Well, I'll tell you why. We care about our patients. We do fantastic work. We guarantee everything we do for 5 years, no questions asked, because that's our commitment. And so it's kind of a market differentiator. It's a why do business with us, and it's important to have the entire staff kind of bought in on it. And I don't even like to use the term warranty. If I'm doing Max, you got a crown. By the way, I guarantee my work for the next 5 years. Anything ever happens, come back and see us. There's no deductibles. We got you. So I mean, it's for me, it's like it's a market differentiator is really what it is.
No, and I agree with you on that. So obviously, the big goal here is to create what we call generational wealth. And I'll give you an example that I know in the dental industry was there used to be, and it may still be, a company called Compassion Dental Services. So they provided in-office financing to the practices. Now, one option was to go to a bank and the patient pays the bank interest if they ever do. This was handled by the practice, and if enough people did it in the practice, then the practice was making a lot of money on the interest that they were earning, okay? So in this case, it really only works really well if you have a large number of patients who are doing this. So you have to be, in my opinion, you have to go all in, and you offer it to everyone that way. And when you have a lot of patients doing it, and hopefully the treatment isn't failing, because obviously if your treatment fails, you're not getting as much money as if the treatment doesn't fail. So if you make it 5 years and there's no failure of treatment, the practice gets a lot of money back in return. So that's kind of the closest thing I would think in the dental industry that fits this type of model. But can you talk about kind of in your eyes or in your mind the perfect scenario for a dentist to implement this in their practice, and what are they expecting to see at that point?
So, there's a saying, anything worth doing is worth doing for money. So there are two major points here. First, the warranty cost is being passed on to the patient, right? So we're not asking the dental practice to absorb anything. There's absolutely nothing that they pay us to sign up, right? It's being passed on to the patient. And if they commit, and Adam made a good point that unlike our competitors, we do not cherry pick procedures. We warranty everything starting with fillings, going all the way up to $100,000 restorations. We do it all. The only two things we cannot warranty are teeth extractions and hygiene procedures. And if you show us how to do it, we'll find a way to warranty them as well. So in reality, what it means is that if the dental practice warranties everything that they do, and let's say their gross receipts are, about $1 million a year. If they commit to doing this for 5 years and then for some unexplainable reason they stop, right? By that time, they will accumulate about $1 million in underwriting profit, which is money left over after claims are paid, plus investment income. So if you look at it and you are a younger dentist and you have 20, 30 years ahead of you, and obviously your practice will grow, so that means your gross receipts will not stay at $1 million for the next 30 years. This money will snowball and turn into this 401k plan on steroids, where you'll be able to pay off your student loan faster, you'll be able to buy another practice faster, or you'll be able to retire sooner.
Yeah, and the one thing too that's kind of cool is we put I want to piggyback because this is very important. You got those that are growth-minded entrepreneurs that want 5, 10 locations. Well, with this wealth building opportunity, they have control. They have a say. They have the ability. If they want to take a distribution out of it, great, they can do that. And they will be taxed on a long-term capital gains on the investment income, not on the underwriting profit. Or if you want to do what some of the most brilliant entrepreneurs in the world do, they just borrow from themselves. If you got a couple $1 million in the account, you need another $1 million for something, a new deal, you just borrow it from yourself, pay yourself back with interest. It's considered an arm's length transaction. There's no taxable event. So now we're just continuing to build and grow by having this set up. So there's a lot of really cool things. And then for those two, like Max said, for the younger folks, if you just want to let it ride, and that's your retirement, because I've seen multiple scenarios where my clients' insurance portfolios are worth more than their actual business. So it's a true opportunity to make money in a lot of different areas, but the access to cash is easy, and you've got a lot of options, and our doctors are in control. They're in control. The only thing that we mandate is we have a pledge collateral agreement that we have our clients sign that states that 50% of the money being invested has to stay safe, and 50% you can get jiggy with it. But we want to make sure that we're taking care of our clients and there's money there to pay claims in the future. But that's really the only restriction we give our clients is on the investment strategy portion.
Makes a lot of sense. I think the other aspect, and I think you mentioned it very briefly, is that it helps increase case acceptance, knowing that the procedure that you're going to have done it comes with a warranty. How do you handle it if somebody says, I don't want the 5-year warranty, which is interesting because I don't know if anybody would say that, but my dentist doesn't offer it. I don't want it. What would the cost be? How do you recommend that? I mean, that would be an objection. How do you recommend the dental practice deal with that?
We get rid of that objection. I'll jump in on this real quick, but we eliminate the objection. There's no objection if my procedure just comes with it. It's just standard practice at my practice. Everything we do, we guarantee. That's just how we operate. There's no line item. You don't have your people selling anything. It's just included. That's how we eliminate. And Max and our team, we train our people on what to say, how to say it. It's pretty easy. But we just eliminate the objection by automatically putting it in. And for the doctors that see the pro forma, because typically what Max and I do, we schedule demos. The first demo is just high-level information. We show the potential client what the system is, how it works, and then we get a little bit of information because everybody's unique, right? So we find out exactly the gross receipts from the previous year from our potential client. We'll plug it in the pro forma, and then when you see in paper and dollars and cents, that's where the aha and the oh yeah moments show up. Because then doctors are like, whoa, yeah, every procedure is getting this. Because they're seeing the opportunity on the backside of this. So that was a long-winded way to answer. The fact is it's a culture. We eliminate the objection, and we use data. Whenever our doctors see the data, it's mind-blowing. So.
And I'll tell you more. The patients themselves, right, they're no different than you and I. They encounter warranties in their daily lives, right? And when they buy a TV, when they buy a car, when they buy a watch, no matter what they buy, the warranty that's there is helping them make that buying decision. And like Adam said, you probably would never buy a brand new car without a factory warranty, no matter what car it is, right? So when a dentist mentions a warranty to the patient, this is not a new and convoluted concept to them. They know exactly what a warranty is, and they know that warranty means a financial peace of mind. And some of these dental procedures are more expensive than cars.
Yeah, no, much significantly more expensive sometimes. What about, obviously I already mentioned, I think the team needs to really buy into this because they're the ones that are going to be presenting treatment to it. So have you had any instance, I know it's a fairly new product in the dental industry, but have you had any instance where the dentist shares some of the money with the team members to get the team members excited about discussing this, talking about it, getting the patients to buy in as well?
Yes, we have a few clients that actually allocated percentage points to the office manager to become the champion of the program. And that person is now financially motivated as much as the dentist.
Got it. Anything on that one, Adam?
Yeah, it's a good way to attract and retain associates too. As you grow, it's common practice to give us an associate maybe a small piece of equity. But this is an opportunity, instead of quickly giving up equity into your baby that you built, you can now offer this, call it golden handcuff, call it whatever you want. It's an opportunity to retain people. So yeah, we see this instance all the time, and it works very, very well.
Got it. Let's talk about how easy is it to get implemented? What's the time to get signed up, to get everything kind of moving along? How long does it take for a practice to be able to successfully implement this in their practice?
Well, the onboarding is very, very quick. We need just a couple of days. We tell everybody a week. We would much rather just say a week, but we literally in a couple of days have you up and running and onboarded. We have technology to make it frictionless. The office personnel that checks out the patient, less than 30 seconds, you put a few little bits of information in the portal. It automatically emails the patient a copy of their agreement, and then it goes into a vault where it's very easy for the doctor to access that information. As far as the training and onboarding, you're talking a couple of hours. It's a very simple process. We do the heavy lifting on the back end, so we're the ones getting everything done ahead of time, and it's a streamlined approach once we launch.
The only other question I have on this is somebody lives in Florida. I'm not practicing, but let's say I was a dentist and I did a procedure on them and they have the warranty, and then they have a problem in California. I'm assuming that this warranty is transferable from one location to the next?
You can
Absolutely.
use it anyway.
So the way we do it is that if the patient happens to be within a 100-mile radius of your practice, we encourage them to go back to you. And we do it for two reasons. So you can solidify your relationship with the patient, and so we can pay the claim back to your practice. If the patient is outside of that 100-mile radius, they're free to go to any dentist in the United States. We do not have a network, we do not limit them, and we will pay the claim to that dental practice.
And you pay the amount up to what the procedure was originally. So if they go to another dentist and dentist charges more money, they're going to have to pay the difference between the procedure then.
Correct. But also, I'm going to mention something that would be music to your office managers, to their ears. We pay claims the same day with a credit card over the phone. We do not require any supporting documents. So you do not have to chase after your money.
That's really good.
The way the warranty companies, I'd like to expand on that because this is important. The way warranty companies, not just in this industry, in all industries, their goal is to pay as little out in claims as possible. Like, they want to pay as little out in claims as possible so they can keep the premium and not be taxed on it and get their investment income so they can make money. That's why we decided to just flip this on its head. Not only are we giving away the underwriting profit, not only are we giving away the investment income, we are making it so easy for our doctors to get paid. I've heard horror stories from claim denials, chasing things. I was talking to a doctor a couple weeks ago. It took 4 weeks for a provider to get them whole on a procedure. Felt like they had to jump through hoops. So we make it frictionless. We pay immediately, and we don't require any documentation. So.
Got it. No, that makes things really, really easy. I mean, that sounds amazing. So anything that we have not talked about yet that you want to kind of bring up?
I've got one statement. I got one, Max, and I'll let you piggyback off it. Here, I'm an entrepreneur. I own a bunch of companies, and this one here is my baby. I love what we're doing because we're bringing an opportunity that has not existed before for the younger generation, for those that are looking to maybe exit in 10 years, to have another bucket of money. At the end of the day, money's not everything, but having it, not having it, I'd rather have it. And here's an opportunity that truly could be life-changing. And this is a legacy opportunity for your family. And so what I like to make the bold statement, I like working with entrepreneurial doctors. I like working with like-minded people that want to help people but want to make some money along the way. So I challenge any entrepreneurial thinking doctor that may be listening to this or watching this. I'd love to connect with you. I'd love to show you how this works because, the entrepreneurial folks out there, when they see this, they're like, wow, why didn't we look at this earlier? That's who we want to work with. So,
Max,
and I'm gonna add one thing because I think when Adam and I are talking about it could sound confusing to the dentist because it's a relatively new concept to the dentist. So I would like to take this opportunity and break it down in really simple terms so anybody would understand it. And I'm going to start by saying that Apple Care is owned by Apple. So what we are talking about here is owning your own Apple Care. Because the probability of an iPhone breaking down is as low as the dental procedure failing. So if this business strategy is good enough for Apple, it should be good enough for any entrepreneurial dentist.
No, I think that's great. I wanted to save some time to do some of my lightning round Q&A, but we covered a lot of stuff here, so I felt it was more important to cover the stuff. I'm going to make one comment here, just so people know, and I think you guys said it best there. If you're an entrepreneurial dentist, and not all dentists are entrepreneurs, some dentists literally just want to drill, fill, and bill, and that's it. But if you have a business mindset and you want to grow your business or grow your generational wealth, I think this is something that you should at least inquire about, because I think the ability to do things for your practice is unbeknownst to anything else in the industry. So that would be the way I want to kind of end things on my end. So Adam and Max, what is the best way for somebody to find out more about how the Dental Protection Group works and set up a time to learn more? What's the best way they can do that?
Best way, our website has a really easy, down and dirty explainer video on there. It's easy to get on our calendar right off the website. Me personally, you can call me on my personal cell if you want to talk about this program, 618-979-9483. I'm everywhere on social media, Adam Marburger on Facebook, Adam Marburger on LinkedIn. I'm most active on those two platforms. But if you go to our website, you can book a consultation. Max and I, as owners, we have a team out in the field that are, they're selling and helping, but Max and I, we're very involved, and we like to be in every meeting. There's times where it's just me, there's times where it's just Max, and if the party's fun, that we're both there, right? There's a lot of meetings we're both on, but we're really involved as owners, and we just love networking with like-minded folks.
And to be clear, it's dentalprotectiongroup.com.
Yes,
and
dentalprotectiongroup.com.
It's Adam at dentalprotectiongroup.com and also Max at dentalprotectiongroup.com. But they can also go to the website and fill out a form to get a demo, and then one of you guys will jump on with them and talk to them about the platform.
Right, and I also use my phone, right? So you can call me anytime. I will actually answer it. My number is 917-903-0312. And Adam and I are in different time zones, so pretty much you can call us anytime and get one of us.
Yes.
Got it. Well, this was great. I want to end it again by saying that if you are an entrepreneurial dentist and want to grow your practice, or grow, not even your practice, but grow your wealth outside of what you're doing in dentistry, you need to find out more about the product. And that's how I want to end it. So if you think you're interested or want to learn more, please reach out to both Max and Adam, or just learn more, set up a demo to be able to learn more about how this company can help your business. As I always want to thank the sponsors, Dental Intelligence, CallRail, and Net32 for their support. And as I end every single one of my episodes, remember, your reputation matters. Until the next episode, Max and Adam, thank you so much for joining me today, and we'll talk to everyone soon.
Thank you for having us.